For years and years we were taught about this magical fat burning zone, and it was great because it seemed like we only had to exercise at quite a low steady intensity to burn the greatest amount of fat. However, it was slightly deceiving. Reason being that although yes, we do burn a greater percentage of fat at a lower intensity, the overall volume is much bigger if you're exercising at a higher intensity. So why not increase the intensity of your training rides? You can even do some anaerobic intervals, less than 1 minute, well above your threshold. That's a really great thing to know, especially if you've got a limited amount of time to train.
One of the best ways to reduce your intake is to try and cut out soda drinks like this and even excessive fruit juices, because the spike of sugar you get from these drinks, especially when at rest, could lead to weight gain. But you don't need to cut them out from your diet entirely. By all means use them as a treat or even whilst training, but if you can, for the rest of the time, try and stick to good old water.
Now, loads of you will be aware of calorie counting and the fact that there are 9 calories in a gram of fat and 4 calories in a gram of protein or carbohydrate. What fewer people realise is that there are in fact 7 calories in a gram of alcohol. Now, there's still some debate as to whether your body processes these calories in the same way as it does for other food, but reducing your intake will no doubt help you when it comes to reducing your weight. These days, companies are producing lower calorie versions of their beers or wines, so there's no need for you to feel left out on those social occasions. Changing your diet slightly so that you include more things such as nuts, seeds, pulses, beans and fish will not only give you a really well-rounded diet that's full of great nutrients, essential fat and protein, but it will also leave you feeling more satisfyingly full after you've eaten them, which means you're less likely to dive into some calorie-dense rubbish. This next one is a little tip that all of us here at GCN have picked up from Matt. If you've got stairs available in your workplace or at your home, then take them and avoid taking the elevator or lift. And don't just walk up the stairs, attack them. This will be an anaerobic effort if you do it right, so it will keep your metabolism high throughout the day. Secondly, there's the added benefit that stair running is very similar in a number of respects to the effort of riding a bike, so it may well even benefit you from a purely physiological point of view. Perseverance is key. That's important to remember that weight loss will, and should really, be quite a slow process. So whilst we might want to step in front of the mirror again after 1 week of trying to lose weight and notice a difference, the reality is that if you're doing things properly, there's never going to be a visible difference after just 7 days.
But on the other hand, if you see a photo of yourself from 3 months previously, you should be able to see that the hard work has paid off.
The more that you do a sport, the more efficient your body becomes at doing it. So since you're probably more than adept at actually riding a bike after watching all of our videos here at GCN, why not try throwing in some cross-training over the winter months?
A trip to the local gym, some circuit training, or even a run will really be outside your comfort zone, but will certainly help kickstart your metabolism and rev it up a bit. Dark, damp and cold winter months can make it very hard to find the motivation to get out and ride. So why not take a look through our indoor training playlist?
Admittedly, training indoors is never going to be quite as interesting as heading out in the sun, but we've got some great videos which will really help you make the most of your time, even if that's only 15 or 30 minutes per session. With indoor training, it's as much about the regularity and consistency of your sessions rather than the length of each one, so just try and do what you can.
One of the best things about bike riding is being able to eat what you want without putting any weight on. But if you're finding that this isn't the case for you, it could be that you're eating too much on the days that you're not riding.
Yeah, it can be very easy to get used to consuming a certain number of calories each and every day, but it's important to reduce that number really in conjunction with any reduction in training. Simply ask any ex-professional. So if you're going to have a couple of days off the bike, just don't eat so much. Muscles require around 100 calories per kilogram per day just to maintain. So if you put some muscle on, you'll be burning more calories even when you're at rest. So why not try doing some exercises and gaining some muscle, and your body then could be doing some incredible fat burning. Now this might not be quite in the spirit of this weight loss video since muscle weighs more than fat, so actually you might even put weight on. But if your aim is simply to become leaner, then this could be the one for you.
Can I stop now, Dan?
10 more. So there you have it, 10 possible ways for you to try and lose some weight. But before we go, one last piece of advice. Don't jump in with both feet. So rather than taking on all 10 of our suggestions in one go, pick out 1 or 2 that you like the look of and stick to them.
Trying to do too much all in one go will see you cracking and ending up back at square one.
Legs, shave more wax. Shave.
Back again. Yeah.